Good morning, Year 1. This is Maths No Problem, Chapter 10, Lesson 1 on numbers to 40. The first thing we're going to do is look at this lovely picture. Do you remember we need to use our Sally and Sammy sharp eyes? What can we see? So here are friends, and they've got some pebbles that they're walking on, stepping stones. And some of them have got numbers on. Shall we look at the numbers? We've got numbers starting here from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the question says, how many stepping stones are there? Well, we know there are 20 here, but there's a few more. How many more are there? How many are there all together? We counted 20, and then there's 1, 2, 3. So it's 20 and 3. We've got 23 all together. Let's turn over. These pages are the ones we see on our screens at school, but this is from the book, but it's exactly the same. So we're now looking at counting to 40, and in our in focus we've got some more pebbles, but they're put in another order, and the question says, how many stepping stones are there all together? Now if we look at this arrangement of stepping stones, what would be the best way to count them? Okay, did you come up with this? Well, we could do lots of things. We could count them one by one. But do you think it would be better and quicker to count that's right, in twos? So we can count them in twos here. We could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And 3 left over. 20 plus 3 is 23. We could have also seen that this, counted this, and this is a row of how many? That's right, of 10. So that's one row of 10. And if we look at the row underneath, it's exactly the same. We can match all of these together. So we know that's 10 and that's 10, and we know 10 add 10 is 20 and 3 more is 23. Now let's look at this Let's Learn. It shows us here how we can use cubes and our 10 frames to count the same numbers. Do you remember our 10 frames? Why are they called 10 frames? That's right, because they've got 10 boxes in each. Now, I've got 23 cubes here, and I'm going to fit them into the 10 frames, putting one cube in each box. Now, if you want to have a go at doing this at home with 10 frames and you haven't got it, you could make some. You just need to get some paper and draw some boxes, 10 boxes on each. Make yourself 2. And if you haven't got cubes, you could use counters or little toys you've got at home, or something that you could borrow. Buttons would work as long as you can use them and they fit into the boxes. And we've got this 23 again. How many 10 frames has it filled up? 2, that's right. One 10 frame there, one frame. How many on each 10 frame? 10, that's right. So we've got 10 here and 10 here. 10 and 10 is 20. I can almost hear you answering these questions as I'm doing this. So 10 and 10 is 20, and then I've got 3 left over, and we know we say 20 and 3 makes 23. Well done. So we can use 10 frames for counting. And if we look on the page here, we've got the 10 frames. Now, another way of doing 10 and 10 and adding them up, we can make towers of 10. So I'm taking my cubes from that 10 frame, and I'm going to make a tower of 10. I'm taking the 10 from here and putting them together like that. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my first tower of 10. And if I take all the cubes from this 10 frame here, let me show you that so you can see. Take the cubes from here, put them together like this. I bet you miss playing with these cubes because they are great fun. I've got another tower of 10, and when I put my two towers together, what do we notice? That's right, they're the same length. So I've got 2 towers of 10 and 3 left over. I've got 23. Now if we look back at the book, it shows us here 2 towers of 10, 3 more. We've got 10, 20, and we count on 21, 22, 23. And it says here 10 and 10 make 20. Count on from 20. Let's look at the next page. Okay. We're asking, the question here says, how many beads are there? And I've got some different beads, and we look at how many is in each of these circles, these ovals, and we count. How many do you think there are? I heard somebody say 10. Okay, so let's see if there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 in each one. So we're going to count together how many beads we've got. Count with me. 10, 20, 30. There we go. Now there's 30 there and there's some more here. So we're going to count on. We're going to count on from 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So all together we've got 40 beads, and it says here, there are 40 beads. Well done. You might want to have a little go at this activity. And it asks you to take more than 20 but fewer than 40 cubes. Now, if you haven't got cubes, you could use buttons or counters or something at home. Ask your brother, your sister, your mummy. I'm not sure if the cat or the dog will be able to do it, but somebody to help you to count the number of cubes or counters or buttons by making 10. See if you can take the counters or the buttons or whatever you're using and put them into groups of 10, count the 10s and then add on the 1s. Righto, let's find the last page for this. And it's our guided practice. Now, the question is said, the task at the top says, show the number on the number chart. We're starting here. Count in 10s and 1s. So we count the 10s first, then we count the 1s. Let's have a go. We know how many are in here. Can you remember what it looks a bit like? It does. It looks like our 10 frame. So how many flowers are there in each box? That's right, there are 10. So we've got here, let's count with me. 10, 20, 30. We know there's 30, so we can keep that in our heads, and then we need to count how many little flowers are here. Well, the quickest way we've already learned is to count in 2. So we can go 2, 4, 6, and we haven't got a 2, but we've got 1, so it's 6 and 1 is 7. So we had 30 here, so it's 30 and 7 makes 37. And underneath here, we would write 30. How do we write 30? That's right, it's a 3 and a 0. 30 and 7 make 37. I'll write that in for you. So it's 30, like that. And 7 make, do you remember? There's our 30 and then our 7. This is our 10 number. 3 10s, 3 lots of 10s make 30. And this is our 1 number. There are 7 1s. 30 and 7 make 37. And we can look at that on our number line. We can look at that. We've got starting here. There's our 30, which is what we had. And then we counted on 7. And we've got 37. Now, let's look at this one. Number 2, it's saying count in 10s and 1s. Here we go. How many in each of these towers? Just like we made our towers here. How many did we have? 10. Doesn't matter if they're standing that way or that way, it's still 10. So we're counting here. We've got 10, 20, 30, and there's the 30. So we've got 30, and how many's here? 1, so we put the 1 there, makes 31. Well done. And if we look at that on our number line, there's our 30, and we count on 1 to make 31. The next one, we've got 2 towers here, 2 towers of 10, 10, 20. So that number goes in here for 20, because that's our 10 number. Do you remember a 10 number is a number with a 0 at the end? That's right. So we've got 10, 20, and how many have we got here? Well, how would we count that? We could go 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, or we could look at this and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2. 5 and 2 make 7. It still comes to the same number. So we've got 20 and 7, and we put the 7 here, makes 27. And we're looking at it on the number line. There's our 20, and we count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27. And the last one. How many tens? How many towers of 10? How many towers of 10 have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we work that out? What is 4 lots of 10? Okay, something 40, something 30. I can hear you answering. Let's count it. Let's check. 10, 20, 30, 40. Well done if you knew that 4 lots of 10 is 40. So let's put 40 in here. So 4 lots of 10 is 40. And how many left over? Ooh, none. So there's nothing there. How do we say nothing in numbers? What do we do? That's right, we put a 0. So 40 and 0 makes how many? Is it 41? No, because there's nothing there. That's right, it's 40 and 0 makes 40. Because we've got nothing else, no more cubes to count on. So 40 and 0 makes 40. We can see this on the number line. We're counting in tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. I hope you understand that. And if you have a look in your worksheet on worksheet 1, pages 1 to 4, in there, there'll be some work for you to follow up. Have fun.